Episode 4 of The Penguin has released on HBO Max. In this episode, we've got Sofia Falcone taking full spotlight of the episode, and I really think we owe her a massive apology. And honestly, the Penguin, I don't know if I can vibe with him anymore after the stuff that he put her through.
I've been on her side since day one. You can call me Sophia's biggest simp. I'll be there day one. If she has one fan, it's me.
If she has no fans, I'm dead, buried 6 feet under.
Yeah.
So we see in this episode, we get a lot of backstory on Sophia's very sweet, innocent kind of girl that knows her dad's kind of in some weird businesses, but she's always been told, don't talk to the press. Most of this is going to be a flashback after the events of episode 3.
It felt kind of like a dream sequence after the fact, because she wakes up in the guy's office or whatever, and it's like, oh, I forgot we're doing the Penguin.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so also, just to warn you guys ahead of time, this will be spoiler heavy. Spoilers are in this review. You have been warned, but let's get on to it. But first, my name is Steven.
My name is Hopper.
And we are the Binge Warmers, and this is episode 4 of the Penguin Review. Yeah, so she gets hurt in the last episode with the Maronis, kind of trapping him in the back of the club kind of thing.
It's more so Vic runs over the guy, and that kind of like sends the whole thing.
Yeah. So, but we get kind of flashback 10 years ago. And we have, what's his name? Mark
Strong.
Mark Strong is playing Falcone, even though we had someone else. We had the guy from Transformers.
Yes. It
blows
my mind that you know that guy from Transformers. He's in Oh Brother Where Art Thou. He's in like The Big Lebowski.
When you get peed on by Bumblebee, you're kind of famous after that. You know what I mean?
John Turturro is a classic actor, classically trained. Martin Fink didn't do Martin Fink for you to call him the guy who get peed on by Bumblebee, bro.
He has a sandwich shop in New York City.
Was Mark Strong in those movies too, or was that Stanley Tucci?
Stanley Tucci was in.
I mixed those two up pretty heavy.
I used to get them confused a lot.
Mark Strong is really just he's taken like the Infinity Stones of DC or of comic book properties. Yeah. Like he was in Green Lantern, I think he was Sinestro. He was in like Shazam, the shirt.
Shazam.
Reference to that. And then he was in a Marvel thing too, I think, wasn't he?
I think he was in like 2 different Marvel things.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't tell you what they were.
Also in Brothers Grimsby when he goes up the...
I love that movie, dude. Oh, my God. I love that movie. But yeah, so why didn't we get the original guy back?
Guessing he's busy or something.
Yeah.
Probably because they killed his character.
What's he busy doing? Filming another Transformers?
Shut the hell up, dude. Martin Fink. You did not Martin Fink.
He's got his bowling ball.
That's from the Big Lebowski. Don't you mess with the Jesus or whatever he says. I assume when your character gets killed in a movie like that, you don't have to sign a contract to come back for a spin-off show.
I do forget that he is dead in the. Yeah. So anyway, but she gets cornered by the press. She knows to never talk to him, but the press lady kind of reveals that there's a string of women deaths where they're hanging. It looks like suicides, but you can tell there was self-defense. There was also choke marks and stuff. Reminiscent of hands, not the rope. She's like, "Oh, my mom died similarly."
That's so,
that's so crazy.
Did all their victims' dads have scratches on their hands too? Because that's sort of what I had happen to me.
What's going on here? So we're starting to see that Sophia wasn't actually the hangman that we've been led to believe. Yeah. It was her dad the whole time. And it makes sense. Here's something I didn't like. So the dad kind of finds out that Sophia's kind of digging into this. She's not even really digging. She's kind of just scratching the surface, just kind of curious.
I feel like she's not even really considering it because she tells the press lady or she tells the journalist at the end of the day, just screw off. Our family will hurt you if you keep looking into this. So you need to get away from this as quick as possible. And
I think that's where Penguin has a hand in it. Probably a lot heavier handed to the dad, saying you won't believe what Sophia was doing. Sophia was doing this, this, and this. I think Penguin really, really screwed her over.
Knowing who the Penguin is and what he's done so far to make things look a certain way, he definitely killed that journalist. Because she said, like, "Did you do this?" And he's like, "No, no."
Yeah,
he totally did that, dude.
Yeah, he totally was working. But but what I don't like is so the dad frames her for it, has everyone write crazy letters, letters saying that she's crazy. Sofia Falcone is like 5'3". 100 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah.
And she strangled and hung 7 women.
I guess if she could get pushed to it like she is in Arkham, you know what I mean?
That's still, you caught him off guard and you're slamming a head on a table. You're not strangling women to death. You know what I mean? I just was like, come on. That's a little too much of suspend your disbelief here for them to buy into it. I do get a lot of respect for Alberto standing by her, though.
Oh, sure, yeah.
He kind of redeemed himself in my eyes in this episode compared to the first episode I saw him in.
I just feel bad that Sofia feels like everything. She's almost the closest thing we've got to a hero, at least until the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Because she really hadn't done anything like super out there. I mean, she killed a couple. I'm sure she killed people in Arkham.
Yeah.
She definitely killed that one lady in Arkham.
And she shot that kid.
What kid did she
when
shoot?
Penguin's like, you don't know him? When he's all tied up and he's naked and hairy.
Oh, she did shoot that kid.
He said, you don't know this kid? And he goes, okay, cool. Boom. Shoots him.
Yeah. But no, I mean, she's kind of been pushed. That's what I was getting at. Like she was electrotherapy into craziness, into madness. Because now she's,
Yeah, you take someone who's sane and then literally turn them insane.
Yeah.
It's my biggest fear. It's not my biggest fear, but it's a fear I didn't know I had. You see it in this. You also see it in the first season of Iron Fist on Netflix, where they have Iron Fist admitted for like a whole episode, and they're like, he's crazy. And so when they have labeled you crazy, no matter what you say, it's like, oh, of course you'd say that to not sound crazy. So like if you get admitted to a hospital and genuinely you're not crazy, they don't believe you. No one's gonna believe that. You know what I mean?
Well, even
that's terrifying.
In anyone's head, like, if you are legitimately crazy, like, you probably don't think you're very crazy.
Yeah.
You probably think what's happening is normal, and you're just you're interpreting it in your own way.
Yeah.
So then that becomes your new normal, and that's not normal for everyone else.
Yeah.
But then, because that's what I was thinking, I was like, are we going to get some kind of crazy twist where it's like, oh, she was the killer, or, oh, she was whatever? No, totally. Her dad totally set her up.
Yeah, fucked her over.
That's exactly what happens.
And it's so crazy too. I bet you after those 6 months probationary period in Arkham, and then turns out she's going to be there for the rest of the time, no case. Which also doesn't sound legal, that they can just not have a case.
I think if you're unfit to stand trial, you don't go to trial as like a murderer. You would go to trial as like, or I don't even know if you go to trial. You would just be.
But that's the thing. Doesn't everyone deserve fair trial? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, there's some statutes where like if it's mental, then the state would take care of it. It's not like they didn't kill someone because of like a motivation. Yeah, it was like a brain misfire.
It's crazy to me too. Like if that lead scientist wasn't working for Falcone, which we know he was.
They all are. Yeah.
And he's been electroshock therapying her for 6 months, and then tells her, "Hey, yeah, you're gonna stay here for the next 10 years. You don't get a case." And then she kills someone. And he goes, I knew it. I knew you were crazy. And she goes, no, I was not crazy. You did this to me.
I loved that part.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
That line, she slams Magpie, this friend, dude. Magpie. And
do you think she was in on it?
I do, yeah.
You think Magpie was in on it?
I kind of think so, because she was the only one getting drugs that we saw.
Yeah, that's true.
But she slams Magpie's head into the desk like a couple times and kills her simply. Yeah. And she goes, I told you I was innocent. And then like, okay, now you're not.
Now you're not. Oh, man. And then we had that crazy girl at the beginning, too, that just jumped her for no reason.
Oh, yeah. And then, they used that whole scenario. They uncuffed the lady.
Yeah.
And then, because the lady, like, the next time we see that lady, she's chained up, and they bring Sofia in with a fork.
Yeah.
Like, they want her to get stabbed.
Yeah,
like, it's crazy.
Dude, it's crazy.
And then that lady stabs herself.
Yeah.
So it tangentially looks like Sofia stabbed her.
Yes. Oh, my God. It was terrifying.
Crazy. I loved how,
New fear
out there this whole episode was.
Yeah.
It felt very much like out of control.
Yeah.
And I liked it once she started getting electroshocks, like the parents' bedroom started getting.
Yeah.
Started like pulling up like
she was.
Of the cell.
Yeah, dude. I was like, oh my God. It's crazy too. As good as this episode is, we're not the only ones that think that. 9.7 as of recording was, and it's like one of the highest ranking episodes of TV of all time.
I love it, dude. I love when they play with our expectations of a character. Like we think of this character as the Hangman, and even like Sofia has to deal with that in her new life. You know, like she hears the radio, people saying like, "Oh, this crazy person," whatever. And realistically, like she might be a little more pushed to it now. Obviously,
yeah.
How much damage does it do to electrify your brain for 10 years straight? You know what I mean,
dude? 6 months, dog. I'm sitting there. I was watching today. I said, "You can't beat me. I'd stand strong. I know I'm innocent." And then I'm sitting there. I was like, "Nah, I'd pee my pants like a little bitch. I'd be done. I'd be done in 3 days. Be like, I'll tell you anything you want to know, dude."
And they were eating like black soup or something.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know. That stuff looked gross.
Diarrhea.
It looked like the stuff you dip your Philly cheesesteak in. You know what I mean?
Might have been delicious. Who knows?
Yeah. But we see. I almost called him Shades.
It's the same guy.
Yeah. What is it, Julian Chase or something like that? Yeah. He's in here. You can tell he definitely has an attraction to Sofia Falcone, which who doesn't?
And I think he knows she's innocent because like there's a couple times where he's like, "Well, should we be doing this?"
Well, I think it starts out. I think he's not bought by Falcone, right? He's just a doctor, and he's been told, "No, she's crazy. She's killed 7 women." I think as it goes on and she's still sticking to it, that he's like, that's when he stops. Are we sure that this is correct? You know what I mean? Because even when he wasn't in the cafeteria when they let the girl loose and beat her up, And he even looked at her and said, "Do you think she was after you?" Because he doesn't know.
Yeah.
In actuality, she was after him.
Oh, totally.
But the second she says that, they're going to be that's going down in the notebook.
And she even notices that, too, because she's like, you're just using that to gaslight me or manipulate me.
And he wasn't intentionally. The other doctor would have.
Yeah, yeah.
This doctor was like, I don't know what's going on. To me, you are crazy.
I kind of thought, too, I was like, this is exactly what the Penguin does. The Penguin puts everyone in these... He's like a little guy playing chess. He's putting these little pieces in
Machiavelli.
Yes, and so that's kind of what, like... Maybe that's where he learned it from, was Falcone do it. Like,
well, he didn't learn it from Machiavelli. He's dead.
No, he's learned it from Falcone, who's
that's
like...
That's just not believable.
That's actually,
Yeah. Machiavelli was Italian, though.
Okay.
So...
But no, you see what I mean? Like, Falcone like had all these pieces in place.
Yeah.
And he makes it look as though... Because I don't know if Oz worked with him on it or if he just did it and, like, presented it to him. Like, here's your way out, you know?
And that's the thing, too. It really hurt me a little bit, too. Because Sofia... I think Penguin was always like this no matter what.
Yeah.
Sophia was nice to him at the beginning, right? She even tells her brother, don't call him Penguin. Don't be like that. It's like, you got a new shoot? That's cool. But at the same time, whenever she would get a little testy or whatever, she'd be like, shut up. You're just my driver. Drive. I don't want to listen to it kind of thing.
Even like, she's like, why are you in the house right now?
Yeah.
Like, when he had his new suit.
Oh
like, why are you in the house right now?
Dude, insulting. Yeah. He's not lesser than you.
Not
you
an
know
animal.
What I mean? Yeah. So it's like if you guys treated Oz a little bit better and let him in and seen that he could help you. Oz is a phenomenal crime lord. You know what I mean?
He's definitely got a brain on him. I don't know. He's using it a certain way.
Yeah.
But he's definitely got smarts.
If they had seen that and I think brought him into the fold, I don't think he would have really cared to have the top seat. I think he just wanted a seat at the table. And in my opinion, he deserves it. And that's why I kind of like, you guys brought this on yourselves. You took this guy. You abuse him. You call him Penguin. You treat him like he's trash, and he's really got a mind for this criminal underworld. You know what I mean?
I do wonder if he like got a seat at the table. Like, he was a made man or whatever they say. I wonder if he would be able to be, satiated, or if he would want to come back and like take over the full thing in general.
I don't know that he would, because honestly, when he was talking to Alberto, he was cool. He was like, all I want is the respect. I want to walk down the road, and people would be like, hey, that guy's a dirty criminal, but you know what? He takes care of the kids on Sunday,
Yeah.
So I think that's all he really wanted,
It's like, did you ever watch that terrible Book of Boba Fett show?
No. I watched the first episode.
So in Boba Fett, there's the Jabba the Hutt character.
Yeah.
He was the mob boss of like Tatooine, I guess.
Yeah.
But like he was respected. Like everyone liked him and respected him. And he kind of ran things.
Yeah.
And that's what Boba Fett wants out of his new position. Is like he wants to be like the feared but loved.
Would you recommend the Book of Boba Fett?
Hell no.
It was bad.
Shit was boring.
Oh, but this show puts that show to shame,
dude.
dog.
And it just goes to show you, I think, if you have a good idea for something, and you have, because like the Hangman's in this, like Sofia Falcone's not like a fan favorite Batman character, I would say,
and yet now she is.
She's got to be like,
She's my mommy.
I bet you after this show, I bet she shows up in more projects.
100%.
Straight up, bro.
With her, Christine Milioti.
It's I was saying it wrong. It's Milioti. Yeah, Kristen Milioti.
Okay.
Love her to death. She's always wanted to play Batman villain, apparently.
I told you that in one of our first episodes.
Yeah, I know.
So why are you telling me?
I watched the same interview you did, I guess. She was like, "Yeah, I love Jim Carrey's Riddler." So
I said that too.
Yep.
I'm gonna kill you. You bring up, I hurt you.
I'm just telling you, we watched the same interview.
I understand. Don't you gaslight me right now? Yeah, so we get her coming back to the Falcone family, and Luca Falcone's there, the cousin there, Vidi is there. Mm-hmm. Everyone's there for Alberto's wedding still. It's hard to realize that. Yeah. Did I say wedding? Yeah, he's married
wedding
death.
with death.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. No, but it's hard to kind of come to terms with this is all happening in a couple of days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This whole series so far, which is crazy to think about.
It's such a state of flux in Gotham.
Yeah.
Because everything's underwater or whatever. So like it does kind of make sense that there would be a lot of turnover and flip-flopping and stuff, but you're right, it is a lot to happen in a couple days.
But she kind of comes to terms with the fact that she's kind of crazy now. She's kind of warped from her stay in Gotham. Or her stay in Arkham Asylum, but she says, you know what? She looks at Jason. I don't know his name. The doctor from the Arkham Asylum. Shades. I'll put his name up. I don't care. And she goes, you know what? She literally goes, I do need a new start. And so she just leaves, and then she puts on that banging dress.
Banging yellow.
She goes to that dinner table, and she just commands the scene. She's like, nope, I'm talking. You know.
When the boss of the family is like doing a speech and she's like banging on her wine glass, like, "You don't mind, do you?" Like,
yeah, she goes, "I'm not one for speeches, but I'd like to say a few words." No one asked. He was mid conversation, Oh man, so she basically runs in and was like, "You guys are my family. I loved y'all. None of y'all stuck up for me. You all knew I was innocent.
No.
You all did this just so you keep your seat at the table, kind of thing." And like, you know what? I think it is time for a new start. So I'm gonna start fresh tomorrow, kind of thing. And you're like, "Oh, what does she mean by that?" Oh, what did she mean by that? You know what I mean?
And we get this. She's backed into a corner because she thought she had Oz to kind of help her, and that's not a lot. But like, she thought she had like a different way in with the drugs, and that was a different position.
After their heart-to-heart talk, too, she was hurt by that betrayal. Yeah. She literally was like, "There's no way right now that you're double-crossing me again. Mm-hmm. I thought we were chill."
Not only because I know in the last episode we just see from Vic's point of view for the main part that conversation, but she knows that Oz has been working with the Maronis, and now she knows that Oz killed her brother.
Yes.
And, dude...
Just ripped that off like a Band-Aid. Just straight up said that.
And so, I think that mixed with the fact that her family will kill her if she stays around. Yeah. If she doesn't go to Italy, if she doesn't go to Italy on vacation, they're going to kill her, put her in the ground.
Sicily was where she was going.
Yeah.
To be precise.
And so she's kind of backed into a corner, and I think she does... embraces the Batman villain of it all.
Oh, absolutely.
She becomes crazy at that point, and she just gasses the whole house.
She gasses the whole house. Yeah. She takes the daughter out.
Yes.
And they sleep in the greenhouse.
And the daughter was the only one being nice to her, so I get it.
And you don't kill children.
Don't kill a kid.
Don't kill a kid.
Of course not.
But she leaves Vidi alive, so she's smart because she needs connections. Yeah. She can't kill the entire Falcone family. No. She's got to have someone on the inside. She can't go to Penguin for that.
Yeah.
So she's got to get Vidi alive, and Vidi's a little snake anyway. He'll do whatever he has to keep himself alive.
She had a gun on him too. There's no way he's not doing exactly what she does.
I thought she was gonna walk around and like double tap everybody.
Oh,
I didn't know what. I was like, why has she got the gun? They're all dead.
Well, you have deniability when there's no gun wounds.
Exactly.
There's no bullet wounds.
Exactly. So how did she get that? Was it from the boiler room or something, like a methane thing, or?
Yeah, I was thinking like
car exhaust type deal.
O2 or like carbon monoxide or something.
She'd shut all the windows and stuff. That was crazy.
Did it occur to you at all that she was making another one of her by killing that little girl's mom?
Ooh. I was thinking, like, going through this, I said, now what are you going to do when the daughter realizes you killed her mom? Do you think she's going to be, "Oh, I still love you, Sophia"?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how does this relationship end? Are you thinking this part through at all?
She's just going to put, at least she didn't kill her. I give her props for not killing the little girl.
At least she did the bare minimum. He didn't kill an innocent child. You know what? Honestly, though, you do whatever you want, Sophia. She did nothing wrong.
No. Especially not in that yellow dress.
I love her. Amazing. If the next 4 episodes are just Sofia Falcone, you got me.
Bro, I could not. Penguin who? You know what I mean?
I was watching it and I was just so enamored and I was like, what is happening right now? And I was like going through Twitter afterwards, like just seeing, and everyone online. She did nothing wrong. Hashtag she's mine. Like all this stuff. And I'm just like, bro, okay, I'm not crazy. She's that girl, you know? Did
you see a little bit of those Pokemon leaks with the Typhlosion stuff?
Yeah.
I saw one that was like, "Forgive my boy." And I kind of feel the same way about "Forgive Sophia. She didn't mean it.
And really, it's like they created their own Frankenstein that came back to bite them in the butt. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's not like she's not never justified to kill somebody.
Sure.
But you kind of had it coming.
And you're always, in this line of work or in this, in that family, you're always sort of on the edge.
Yeah,
like you're on the edge of dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if you're like the cousin, like you don't even really associate yourself with that.
What are you even doing at the table? You're a cousin. You're not from the direct family.
Well, I guess she was just there for the funeral, but even still.
What's crazy is to them, they're the direct family, and that's the cousin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy how families work.
Especially mobster families.
Yeah.
Mobsters. Eating lobster.
It's got to be like a hierarchy thing then. He must have been the older brother, so he just gets it, so he is the main family.
Must have been, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. She should have gotten it.
Yeah.
And that's Falcone in the flashback. He was saying he was going to give it to her.
It's kind of crazy to think about it. Just diving in that a little more. So Luca and what's the main Falcone's guy's name? Like the dad. What was his name?
I want to say Alberto, but that's
that's the son. I'll put it up there. But anyway, they were brothers, right? So when they were kids, before he came into the family business, they were the main family, those two. And now since he's up there, he's not part of the main family anymore. That's crazy. That's crazy how that stuff works.
It's one of those sort of Godfather 2 where it's like, you're sort of related kind of, but it's more so like, family whatever weirdness.
Yeah. What's crazy is this is the halfway mark. We still have 4 more episodes, so we got to figure out what's going on with Vic, what's going on with Penguin, what's going to happen with their relationship with Sofia, how the Maronis tie into this.
Yeah.
There's so many loose ends. We've got 4 more episodes to try and tie them all back together.
I think it'll all come to a head. I think, we got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Their episodes are an hour apiece.
Oh, no, I'm excited for this. I'm so ready to watch these episodes.
We were, recording this, whatever, but I just watched the episode because, it doesn't matter. Time-wise. It just takes forever to watch it. But it's really good. It's hard to be mad at it because there is a lot of good content in there.
I'm like, I've not been this pumped to watch a show in a while. You know what I mean?
What was your opinion of Arkham? Like the look of it, the feel of it, everything?
I liked it. I did see a tweet where someone showed the Riddler in the Arkham suit, and they said, no way this guy was surviving in the Arkham that they just showed Sophia in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, it was gross. It was dirty. It was dingy. It really woke that fear I never knew I had about, what if you're wrongly imprisoned in an insane asylum? No one's going to believe you.
Is that still a thing even? Like that kind of setting of we're going to put all these insane people together in this building and just electrocute them? Is that a thing anymore?
No, for sure not. That's just a Gotham special.
It's gotta be fiction, yeah.
But do you have
no reason there's so many fucking super villains.
Dude, I'm telling you, just put them all out of their misery, man.
Yeah.
You know
Are they all and they're all criminally insane? Like Poison Ivy's up in there when she's really just an eco-terrorist. What?
She could be a little. To be a terrorist, you got to be insane.
I guess you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right.
I think for anyone that does those higher level crimes, right?
Yeah.
Mass murderer, mass rapist, any of that stuff, you have to have something wrong with you in your brain for you to be able to do that stuff and not feel bad about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no way you're not insane. You're not insane cuckoo, writing on the walls and wearing a straitjacket. You're insane in the brain, though, a little bit,
That does say something about Batman's rogues where, in the Marvel, for instance, I'm thinking of Spider-Man. Spider-Man doesn't send his villains to the mental institution.
No.
He sends them to jail, straight
Do
up.
they even go to jail, or does he just beat them up and they go, oh, we're leaving? And he goes, okay, I'll see you next time you're up to something devious,
No, they go to jail.
I never see them go to jail.
Break it out, though. It's always the raft, and the raft is the loosest security of any prison, even though it's supposed to be the most secured place.
Oh, the raft is terrifying in Avengers, though.
Oh, yeah. It's in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, it's kind of spooky.
Spooky.
Imagine that. No one can hear you out there.
Yeah,
you're
if you
completely
leave,
at the mercy of the guards.
Yeah.
Oh, terrifying.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for The Penguin episode 4. I think we're very excited.
Yeah, I'm going to, we'll go ahead and put this out there. So these videos haven't been doing super well, so this is what I'm going to do. If this video gets 100 likes, we'll keep doing episode by episode. If it doesn't, we're just going to cap it here and do the last 4 as one big review at the end. Love making this content. It's just not doing very well for the algorithm, and it's a lot of work to put in there. I'd love to keep doing it. It's not really meeting the payoff. If you guys want it to keep going, hit the like button. If it gets to 100, like I said, I will do episode by episode still. If not, you'll see us again at the end of the Penguin episodes, and we'll cover those last 4 as one episode. So stay tuned.
What we're saying is like the video, dang it.
Please.
And
but if
share
not,
it with your friends who like the Penguin.
Yeah, but if not, we will still, we want to finish the Penguin, but it won't be episode by episode. It'll be a final huzzah, if you will.
Yeah.
So
we'll cover it no matter what, I think is what we're saying, but the way we do it might be a little different.
Yeah, just so you guys aren't, for those of you that are watching it, thank you. We appreciate you. But if you're wondering next week, hey, where's the Penguin episode? It may not be there. It will be there at the end. But we do appreciate everyone who's watched these first 4. But until next time, I guess we will see you on the channel.
Bye-bye.